hit leg. It is total body day, okay? So our first set of moves, we have alternating shoulder press, a front raise pull-in, retraction pulse with the band, and a triangle push-up with the wall. So we're gonna go completely upper body for the first round. Second round of moves, we're gonna do all total body. So we have a sumo to cross body punch, a static dead bug, a bear crawl, and a high plank shoulder tap with a squat hold. So we'll need weights for the first two moves there, and then you won't need anything for the bear crawl or the high plank shoulder tap. Let's do arm circles forward. Alternating shoulder press, I'm gonna do 17.5. Front raise pull in, I'm gonna do 12s. Or at least that's the goal. That's what I left off with those moves with the last time we did them. So, we'll give it a shot. Let's go back. Sometimes when you haven't done a move for a while, it's kind of hard to jump back with that same weight, but that's always the goal. 2, 1, alternating shoulder press. 17.5, we're gonna load up. And then from here, going to press up, lower down, other side. Core engaged, slight bend in the knees. Towards our chest, push back out, and lower down. Okay, so core should be engaged. Again, slight bend in the knees. We don't want to lock our knees out. Might have to go a little bit lighter for this move because we are holding the weight out away from our body. So therefore, it is a long lever move. This is our only banded move for the day. Arms bent, we're gonna shift out and back in. Keep those shoulders back and core engaged. Hair's driving me nuts today. Three, two, one, and triangle push-up. So I apologize, I'm gonna have to put my back to you. We're gonna put our hands in a triangle on the wall. We're gonna lower ourselves towards that wall and push through our hands. We're gonna hit some triceps here. reason, so why not? And trust me when I say, I was somebody who did not have any arm definition for a really long time. I was the kid in school where kids would put their fingers around my arms to see how far they could go up and their fingers still touched because my arms were like that skinny. So now it feels good to see some muscle. 3, 2, 1, alternating shoulder press. Less than 10 seconds, keep moving. Woo. 3, 2, 1, awesome work. Front raise pull in. Whenever you push back out, make sure you are resisting on the way down, okay? Don't just let your arms fall. Resist that weight as those arms come down. Retraction Pulse. Press against that band, shift out, and back in. It's one of those tricky moves that burns way more than it looks like it should. Keep moving though. Less than 10 seconds. Lower ourselves down, push to our hands. So good timing, good timing. Retraction pulse, push out and back in. So after this workout, we are halfway through this phase of workouts. Time flies when you're having fun, right? So we will have 3 more weeks where we focus on movement, on recovery and rest. We're going to switch back to nutrition, okay? A Sumo to crossbody. I'm going to use 10s for that. Then we have a static Deadbug. I'm going to use a 20 for that. You only need 1 weight for the static Deadbug. And then we have bear curls and we have high plank shoulder tap with a squat hold. So I'm not going to even lie to y'all. This is going to be challenging, okay? But the thing about hard things is just because they're hard doesn't mean you can't do them. And in fact, when you get to the other side of the hard thing, you're better off for it, okay? So let's start with that Sumo to crossbody. So we're gonna drop down, we're gonna curl up, we're gonna punch across, back in, lower down, back into that Sumo. Deadbugs. We're going to take 1 weight. We're going to put our arms and legs up. And we are going to lower the arm that does not have the weight in the opposite leg. Okay, push that lower back into the ground. Bring that weight down. Switch to the other hand. Put your arms and legs back up to the other side. Into a bear crawl. If you all been around here for any ahead and come up onto your hands and toes. We're gonna crawl forward and backward. But here's the thing, friends. This is something I do that helps me, so maybe it'll help you too. It's only for a minute, right? I mean, I know we do 3 rounds, but at a time, it's only for a minute. So sometimes when something's really hard for me, I will tell myself, Ash, you can do anything for a minute. You can do anything for 60 seconds. So if you are struggling with a specific move and you dread it every time it comes up, and you're like, I just really, don't want to do it, you think about skipping it. 3, 2, 1, remind yourself, you can do anything for a minute, okay? No, it doesn't mean that you want to. Go ahead and come up in that high plank. We're gonna shoulder tap, we're gonna jump those feet out, up, down, back. Make sure that core is pulled in. There's lots of ways to modify this. Hopefully you watch the demos. If not, reminder, you can keep your knees down. You can step. Okay, instead of jumping your feet up, you can step them up. You can come back down to your knees. Okay, whatever's challenging for you. But if you are somebody who regularly needs modifications, please watch the demos, okay? Sometimes I cannot remember to do the demos during the workout, or to do the modifications during the workout, hence the demos. Two, one, nice job. So yeah, if you're somebody who needs to modify quite a bit, watch the demos, especially for moves that you're not exactly sure what they are. There's always a low impact modified move that you can do. Woo, okay. So we're gonna have that 2 more times, friends. I got the heart rate up. All right, we're gonna go back to that sumo to crossbody. Let's stick with the 10s. Those felt pretty good. Squat down, curl up, punch, punch. Leg. Push that lower back down into your mat. Hitting a little bit of everything with this move. 2, 1, other side. Nice job. Bear crawl. And adding on to that conversation we were having about how you can do anything for a minute, that minute also does not have to be perfect, okay? You can just show up to the best of your ability. You can show up through the struggle. You can show up and be pissed the whole time you're doing it, right? Look, I know I make these workouts so I get to choose, but the moves are, it does not make me any more happy to do this move though. We do this move because it's a great move. And even though I am very uncomfortable, whether that's because I have like longer limbs or whatever the reason is that makes it such a struggle for me, I'm gonna show up. And you all are gonna watch me suck at it. 2, 1. But the important thing is we're doing it, right? For that minute, we're showing up to the best of our ability so we can build some strength and hopefully show up even better next time. Nice job. Holy shit, okay. One more time, friends. Silly me. Thought during the first round, like, oh, maybe I won't sweat that much today. This is what I get for thinking like that. I just need to keep my thoughts out of my head. Maybe I need to not be so optimistic. All right, last time, friends. All right. Sumo, cross body, cross body. Keep that core engaged. Stretch out those quads. Oh boy. Okay, cross that leg over top. We're gonna sit back in a figure 4. Other side. Cross that leg over top. Back in that figure 4 again. Release that. Shake it out. 3, 2, 1. Awesome work today, friends. If you were done for the day, take your picture, check it in the community, and I will see you all tomorrow for some cardio and some active recovery. I will see you all then. And then cardio, make sure your space is cleaned out. We're gonna go over the moves. So very simple, very first move, we're just gonna run in place, okay? Nothing fancy here, we're not switching. We are just simply running in place for a minute. If you cannot run, you can march it out, okay? Then we have a hop over. So we're going to pretend as if there's a line here. You can pretend there's a creek, a crack, whatever you want, and we're just going to hop over it. We're gonna turn around, we're gonna hop back, okay? This is it. This is the entire movement. It's not a big jump, but we are just jumping back and forth. Modification, you're gonna take a big step. Again, pretend there's something there and you are just going to hop right over it, okay? Then we have a hands up, tap and jack. So for 10 seconds, we're gonna do a hands up tap. At the 10-second mark, we're gonna go to a jack, then we'll go back to the tap, okay? If you cannot do the jack, you're gonna stay right here with this. And then we're gonna go into a bicycle extension. So come on down to the ground. Hands behind your ears. We're gonna bring in one knee and extend the opposite leg. We're gonna bring that elbow to the knee and switch. So we'll switch back and forth. If you are unable to do that, you are gonna stick with a normal crunch. All right? Okay, friends. Let's go ahead and run in place. Just gonna run over here and grab a drink real quick. Okay. Going straight from that last round of total body to the cool down to explaining the cardio moves. I need a drink sometimes. Keep moving. Deep breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Three, 2, 1. Awesome job. We're gonna do a hop over. So again, pretend there is something right here. Just gonna hop, turn around, hop back. Use those arms. Land softly. So hands straight up, tap out to the sides. At the 10-second mark, we're gonna go to jacks, then we'll just switch back and forth. So we're gonna jack it out now. If you cannot jack, go ahead and stick with the tap out. It's only for 10 seconds though, so really try to push yourself. Tap back out. When we have these moves with these short little bursts of effort, really try to push yourself to see what you can do. Back to jacks. Two, one, back to taps. Man, I got some work to do on my steps today. Okay, let's go ahead and run in place. Not gonna lie to y'all, I went out to do my morning walk this morning with my weighted vest on, and usually that's where I get around like 23 to 2,500 steps, right? So it's a good chunk of what I gotta get in for a day. Started that. One of my kiddos was having a hard morning, so I went inside, took my vest off, we sat on the couch and we watched a movie. You know, we talk often about the fact that exercise is important, but it's not the only thing that's important, right? It would have been very easy for me to dismiss her feelings, tell her to go inside, I'll see her in a little bit, and two, one, she would probably be okay, right, if I did that, but I didn't want to, okay? Now here's the thing, I am at a place in my journey where I know I will get the steps. That's not the issue. It just essentially kind of threw me out of my routine, which is okay, because, and I say this often, stern goals, flexible methods. We do not know what life is going to throw at us. We do not know how often we're going to be able to stick to our routine, but if we do happen to have something come up that, you know, requires our attention and it makes movement no longer the priority for us, we have the confidence and the ability to figure it out, right? Two, one, we can be flexible. We can try other things. We can, let's go ahead and tap out. We can get done what we need to get done and figure out some other way to get our steps in. I will see often in the community where people will be like, hey, like, I did it, but I had to split it up, right? Because, you know, tap out, you know, my kid was upset, or I was running late for work, or I had to do this or that. And so later in the day, Jack, they will get the other part of the workout in, and that's fine. Guys, whatever we have to do to get it done, tap out, that's what we gotta do. So, yes, exercise is important. Yes, consistency and routine is important. But it's not the only thing that matters. Two, one, bicycle extension. Now, I will say this, it is super hot now, so my steps will probably either be done indoors or after dinner. Once the sun goes down a little bit and it cools off a little bit, I might do it that way. Doesn't really matter, any which way, it'll get done. But I do know after this workout I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break, so I'm going to sit in the air conditioning for a bit. And yes, I do have air conditioning out here, but I am in a barn, so it just can't quite keep up. 3, 2, 1. Now, for those of you who are OG members, you all know I used to record these out in the garage where there was no air conditioner and there was a heater, but I had to be standing like 2 feet in front of it to feel the heat. So this is a vast improvement over those earlier days. I have a couple of air conditioners, I have a fan, I can stay cool enough. Out there though, man, that was rough. Let's go ahead and run in place. We're gonna finish this strong. actually, when I started this program, and she did that. Like, that took some grit, man. I went out there when I could see my breath. I worked out in like a coat until I could warm up enough to take my coat off. Like, it was tough, but luckily my husband definitely recognized that it was not ideal. And then he said, hey, I have an idea for that space out in the chicken barn. Because yes, there used to be chickens in here. And I said, okay, sounds good. It was a good use of the space. 3, 2, 1. It's what I could afford at the time. And here we are, still utilizing it. Okay, hop over. Playlist is, but it's good. Three, 2, 1. Nice job. Hands up, tap out. For the day. Let's do our core move and we'll be done, friends. Woo. Knee to elbow and switch. Friends. Go ahead and lay those legs down. Arch that back up off the ground. We're going to take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in